Good morning, one and all. This video is all about how you deploy a Flask application on IBM Cloud. So first of all, you have to get your files ready. But before that, please get logged into your IBM accounts. It's better if you have academic initiative accounts. We'll be providing you a link where you can see how to register as academic initiative person. So please log into your IBM account. You'll be landing onto a page which will be like this. And here we have a service called Flask App. So first of all, you have to create that Flask app. So let me go to the Flask app, click on catalog, search for Flask. So here you'll find the Python Flask app. Click on that. Click on create. Please click on create. So as soon as you click on create, you will be navigated to a page which looks like this. I have given my name of Flask as a Python Flask app NPR. You can give the name whatever you want while creating the Python Flask app. Now, once this is done, then you have to download the CLI of IBM so that you can log into the Cloud Foundry and you can push your Flask application onto IBM. So please search for github.com/Cloud Foundry CLI. So I'm just putting this link on the notepad. You can see github.com/Cloud Foundry CLI. Scroll down. Here you'll find something called version v6. Install v6. Click on v6. Scroll down. You'll have packages, distributions for all the binary files of the CLI for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Make sure you download this zip. When you extract it, you'll find an installer. So I have already installed it. If you open this, installed, and I've extracted it. So please click on this to install the CLI. Please install the CLI. So click on next, next, next until it gets finished. As I already have downloaded, so I'm skipping this part. Now that your CLI is downloaded, now let's get into our Flask application. So now I would like to, I have a Flask application, a basic Flask application, which will recognize the number plate whenever I give an image of a URL. So let me show the code files for that. So these are all the files that you need to push that onto the IBM Cloud. First, let me execute this. Let me execute this and I'll show you the output, and then you can upload the Flask app onto IBM. So first of all, I'm navigating to the folder. So my project folder name is automatic number plate detection, which is in D drive. So with the help of command prompt commands, I've navigated to the folder, and now I have a Python script called hello.py. Let me run that. Python space. So you can see my app is running locally. Now localhost. If you see, my automatic number plate application has been loaded. Now whenever I give a image URL and I click on submit, the number plate will be showcased over here. Right now I'm not showing that output, but after deploying it on the cloud, then I'll be showing you the output. So this is running locally. Now I want to make this live so that I can use it from anywhere. So for that I'm using IBM. So the necessary files for this are, if you see the folder, templates folder, which has base.html, which is the HTML page for the automatic number plate recognition system. And these are the files that you need: cf ignore, docker engine, gitnor, docker file. Hello.py is just server script. Manifest.yml. So the main thing that you have to concentrate is on your requirements. So here are all the requirements or dependencies that your application need. So in this application, I am using Flask. So on while uploading your app onto the cloud, you have to install all these dependencies. Otherwise, your app will not work fine. So these are all the things that you have to download for the particular application. For suppose if you are working on any other applications which has TensorFlow, Keras or something else, then you have to add TensorFlow and the version name. So whichever the dependencies that you have installed, those dependencies are to be given over here. But G event, Flask cores, and Flask, these three are main. So these are for functioning of Flask applications. G event, except request, all the other are very important. So based on your project, please add your dependencies accordingly. And then in the manifest.yml, let me edit with the notepad. So if you see here, name should be changed to Python Flask App NPR. Name should be changed to Python Flask App NPR. All right. So anyhow, I'll be uploading these files onto GitHub and I'll be sharing you. So change the contents according to your project and remaining everything will be same. And now in order to push your app onto IBM, light accounts will not be sufficient. So you have to have some sort of trial versions. If you have any promo code, then you can directly put that promo code in. Go to manage, click on account, click on account settings. If you scroll down, click on apply code. Whichever the code that you have, you can directly put it over here and click on apply. That will be applied, and your free trial will be changed to the trial version. If suppose if you want to have any uh, promo codes, then please navigate to this link: https developer.ibm.com/call for code/feature code. give the code as developer 2020 and click on request to code. You will be getting a code. Please copy this code and paste it in your account settings. Now apply code, put it over here and apply it. Then your promo code will be applied and that promo code will be shown over here. Once this is done, now let us push the app onto the IBM Cloud. So open Anaconda prompt or command prompt, whatever the prompts that you have. Navigate to the folder where you would like to push the app, where the app should be pushed onto the IBM. So I'm navigating to D drive. Now here, please click on CF-login. So as soon as you find you put CF-login, first of all, it will ask you for the endpoint, API endpoint. Actually, I've given my endpoint, so that's the reason it's automatically taking it. But if suppose your API endpoint is not there, I mean, if suppose if your API point is not known, then you can directly go to resource groups, Cloud Foundry X from the manage. In the manage, click on account, go to Cloud Foundry app, go to Cloud Foundry organizations, orgs. So click on this, you'll be having some name. And here you can see the region is US South. Your region is US South. So now for this US South, you will have different endpoints. You can find that in regions and endpoints IBM. So US South is Dallas. And the API point for US South is API US South cfcloud.ibm.com. So copy it and paste it if it asks you to give your API endpoint. Now once you enter that, then it'll ask for your email ID. Please put your email ID. Sorry, I've pasted wrong. It will get failed as I have not given the proper credentials. So let me stop that. Again, click on CF space login. Give your email as well as password. If your password will not be shown, I've typed my password. Now it will authenticate. It will get authenticated. Fine. So your organization and space, everything is created on your environment. Now you have to push your app onto the IBM Cloud. Before pushing your app onto the IBM Cloud, the main thing that you have to look at is in the server side scripting. So I'll just open the server side scripting app. the hello.py program. Now make sure you import this library, import OS, and from gevent.pywsgi import vgsi server. These two are mandatory, and whichever the code that you have written will be the same, but at the end you have to make sure you have to set the vcap app port to 8080. So add this line at the end. Usually we write app dot run of debug is equal to true or false, but this is not to be done. Please remove this and add these two extra lines, because our app should be opened in a http server, right? So that's the reason you have to add secret key os dot random number 12, and you're running your app on the port that you have given. So make sure you write these three lines: 1, 2, and 3. Just save it. Now go to the command prompt where you have navigated onto the folder. Here, cf space push in double quotations your Flask app name. So my Flask app name that I have given was Flask app. Let me show you the name of it. So you can see that name in the services. If you scroll down, click on the IBM dashboard, scroll down. In apps, you'll find your Python Flask app. So this is the name, Python Flask app npr. Please copy this and paste it here. Just click on enter. So your app will be loaded. I mean, your app will be executed, the pushed onto the IBM Cloud. So as soon as you click on push, then your app will be pushed onto the IBM Cloud, and you will get something like this: name Python Flask app ANR, requested state started, routes Python Flask app NPR, something like this. So if you get the status like this, then that means you have uploaded your app onto the IBM. So now let's see where our app is hosted on IBM. Now click on services, the dashboard. Click on Cloud Foundry apps. You will find Flask app ANR. Click on that. Click on visit app URL. Now you can see your app is running on your IBM. Now just give any image. So this is the image that I've given. So from here it'll get the from here it will get the number. So you can see it has grabbed the number from the number plate. So this is how you will be pushing your app onto IBM Cloud, but make sure you add all the required libraries installations in requirements.txt according to your application. If suppose if your application has any sort of play sound library, then you add play sound with some sort of version. So this is must. For suppose if you are unable to load your app onto the IBM and you get some sort of failed status, you can look at the error by clicking cf space logs and the Flask App name. So here the Flask App name that I have given is Python Flask App NPR. CF logs. Now you can see what are all the errors over here. If suppose it got failed, if you didn't get, if the app pushing is not failed, then you'll directly get the status as uploaded with the URL of your hosted app. With the help of the CF logs, you can trace out the errors while pushing your app onto the IBM Cloud. So you can see I don't have any errors. So that's the reason my app is working fine without errors. But if you have any errors, then your errors will be displayed over here. So I hope you understood how you upload the Flask application onto IBM. Thank you so much.